Beans and toast. Beans and toast. Okay, good. Check 1. Syphilis. Syphilis. That's kind of obnoxious. Cables are obnoxious. Whatever. Hi, Amy Jo. Did that work? Firebot's not open. 1 second. I'm not obnoxious. There you go. You get your point, Amy Jo. Jesus Christ! Corrupt! What the hell? Hi, Chrono. How are you? Alright. Amy Jo, I owe you a point. Hi, Omizu. Welcome in. Okay. Alright, laugh it up. I'm giving you a point. Don't worry. I've given you your goddamn point, Amy Jo. Amy Jo is hoarding. Where are you? Hoarding oily points. There you go. Amy Jo, you're at 35. What the hell? Good. For getting the first. You get an oily point for getting the first redeem. Not bad, Chrono. That's a good party. Hi, bye, Sashi. Yeah, that's I give anyone who redeems that gets an oily point. And I think I missed Cheese. Hi, Cheese. All right. So that's a lot of chicken. We'll give it a few minutes for people to come in. How rude. Hi, Dia. Hi, Josh Knox. So today, everybody, we're gonna be mixing and matching these colors from the swatch that I got from a paint store. Okay. We are also gonna talk about palette color choices for the palette, and maybe some other properties of paint. Just started, Josh Knox. I'm sorry, Cheese. Cheese. I'm sorry. So.
Fool this man!
Okay. I did not come here to be ridiculed. So yeah, we're going to talk about a lot about the paint colors and why we choose the certain colors we do. Son of a bitch, Corrupt. God damn it. God damn it. Two already? Two already from you? We're racing to 7,000. We're not going to focus too much on these heavily saturated colors, by the way. Hi, Mud. So when we're doing this, these colors aren't a big deal. Are not as important as understanding, as an example, how to mix more of these neutrals. Right? The neutrals here. These are tougher colors to mix and see. It's just showing a different color. We could get rid of it though if you think it doesn't add anything. Maybe we'll get rid of it. I felt like just having the one thing was a little boring. So yeah, point being is we're going to mix max. You'll get to choose which ones we do. They are Nike hand salt. If you want to do this on your own, I got this from, Sherwin-Williams for $13. I got this swatch book for $13. Probably the main one. This one. Let me see again. The reds, it's close. Let's see, yellows. You know what? This one is more accurate for yellows. This one is more accurate for greens. Well, not bad, Corrupt. I think it's just it's going to be healthier to, well, I guess accuracy matters here. Let's go to the neutrals. This is tough. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right, so let's get out the gloves and pull out some paint. All right. So for this demonstration, we're going to be going with a 5-color palette that is a base palette for representational painting. That means if you're painting from nature and life and not color graded or artificially saturated things, these are the 5 colors that you need. Okay? Minimum. But really, this is outside of a few exceptions with flowers. If you're painting from life, you only really need these 5 colors if you're just trying to go for perfect representational, okay? So, we have titanium white. We have bismuth vanadate yellow lemon. Cadmium yellow lemon would work as well. Pyrrole red. Cad red would work as well. Oh, let's get these better on camera. Okay, not like that matters. We have ultramarine blue. Okay. And then the last one is... Can anyone guess? Make your guesses now while I'm still finding the goddamn paint. We'll just use this one because it works. Oh, thank you, all band. I ain't taking no more babies. The last color is burnt umber. Burnt umber, everybody. These 5 colors are all you need if you're painting representationally and you're not dealing with photos that are color graded or have manipulated color. I'm doing well, all band. Woke up a little late, though. So, this is the base 5 colors you need for representational painting. All right. So we'll put some out here. But you might say badly, that's a lot of white. Whatever. You may say to yourself, you use so many more colors on your palettes. You're goddamn right I do. And I do it because I'm trying to paint more aggressively with colors. But we'll talk about that as a choice later. Now, with this yellow, this is lemon yellow, works the best in my opinion. Hi, Uniprincess. You need a bright yellow, so Cad Yellow Light is the darkest. I do fill up the tubes myself, Josh Knox. All 5 of these you're seeing, I made myself. Okay. So this could be used, you could use Cad Yellow Light, but Cad Yellow you cannot use for this roll of the yellow. Okay? MMA painting. Maybe. Alright, this is Pyrrole Red. This is a neutral red. Okay? Extremely saturated, but neutral red. Okay? Alizarin Crimson won't work with this. Cad Red Light won't work with this. Needs to be a neutral medium red, like Pyrrole Red or Cad Red. Okay? Those yellows do... God, that... Why does this look so much different than you? Wait, I think I know why. Why this camera looks so much different. 1 second. I know why it looks different. Quinacridone Magenta will not work for this. With these colors. With these colors, it will not work with this. However, there is a 5-color palette that will work with Quinacridone Magenta. What am I trying to do? There we go. Filters. Maybe the brightness. Oh, too much. It's because I'm not using a teal in this palette, Amy Jo. Hi, Soggy Bread. Sorry, we're just trying to get this color correct. Let's see how that works. All right, fine. Switching. This seems to be doing a better job. With the color right now. I don't know why. Good. All right. Sorry about that. Trying to match colors. Hi, Fools Fox. thanks for hopping on YouTube. All right, so then Ultramarine Blue. All right. Now, you made one note on this palette is the reason why I don't default to CMYK for this. Okay. Is because
I said good day.
Hi, Sweepy. Most of what you see, you don't got any here on YouTube, Fools Fox. Most of what you see when you're painting representationally is warmer colors, okay? Not just not extreme saturations of like greens and purples. You don't see purples often in nature. Outside of flowers. Okay? So that's why I talk about this being a representational palette. Now, when you do the colors you could add to this for certain situations are colors like quinacridone magenta and cobalt teal for purples and greens. You could add phthalo blue for greens and light blues. This color does not, this palette does not hit purples well. It does not hit light blues well. They don't come up often though. It hits fine enough greens for what you see in nature. Okay? It can hit a fine enough orange. There might be some extreme oranges with flowers that you won't be able to hit. All right, so we're not gonna do these. We could do the desaturated ends of here. I gotta figure out what the best is on camera is. We could do like the desaturated ends, but we're gonna stay away from doing the saturated ends of this. We could go into the desaturated for the heavier color swatches, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with the neutral section. It's warmth, but it's also to make things darker. I'll explain with how the palette works, okay? How the palette works. This is actually not a bad end, but let's do... There we go. All right. I'm gonna pick out the first one. We're gonna stay away from the most saturated ends. Okay. So let's start off with this one. Okay. We see this color, everybody? Do you see? Shut up, Mud. Don't need black. All right, so first off, let's talk about the process. Never. Let's talk about the process of mixing. Okay. Does everybody know what? Oh, hi, Pickles. What are complementary colors? What are the complementary colors, everybody? Think about that in your head. All right. We have yellow and purple, we have red and green, and we have blue and orange, okay? Right, the opposites. When you want to make a color less of the color you want, you mix in the complementary. So, for example, if we have a color that's too yellow, we're going to mix in purple. So we'd add some red and we'd add some blue. If a color is too red, we would add some green by mixing in some ultramarine blue and some of this yellow. If it is too blue, we would add orange. We'd mix in some red and we mix some yellow in there. That is all this process is, okay? When we need to make a color lighter in this palette, we would add yellow or white or a combination of the two. If we need to make a color darker, we would add burnt umber and ultramarine blue. And you may notice that we have a complementary pairing in here. Burnt umber is orange. Browns are dark oranges, are low value oranges. When you mix them with an ultramarine blue, they are complementary. They will neutralize their own colors, and it will go to black in this case. Burnt umber and ultramarine blue mixed to black. So, Mizu, there's your answer on where's the black. It is right here. Titanium white mixes like a bluish purple. So when if you're trying to mix an orange, you are going to destroy the orange's color by mixing in titanium white. We got ads. Oh, that was a trick question. Okay, Mizu. Here I was thinking I was teaching you something. Okay. So let's, I can demonstrate how this goes to black right now. Because we got ads starting in 50 seconds. And I probably should have turned off ads for this stream. Huh? So yeah. So if we take some burnt umber. Okay. Burnt umber is just orange, everybody. This is dark orange, what you're seeing. Okay. And we had ultramarine blue. And I'll need more of it. I should also prep these colors a little better. You can see we go to black once you balance it out. Okay? This is because you're mixing complementary orange and blue. And it neutralizes it. That is true, Big Weird Animal. Alright? That's how this palette hits black. Okay? And these. I'm gonna do something really. I'm gonna mix in some oleo gel into a couple of these. Bindy, welcome in. I'm doing mixing in some oleo gel just to make this easier to mix or take out. While the ads are going. Any questions so far, by the way? Here we go. Ready? Hard to see, but whatever, it's there. Okay. Oleo. O-L-E-O. Thank you for pinning that, Mud. All right, so let's mix a color, right? Who's ready for the process? All right. So, how we match a color. First, we make a general color assumption on this. This looks like an orange to me, right? This looks like a desaturated orange, right? So, all we're going to do is we're going to start off and make an orange. Okay? We're going to make an orange. Good enough. We made an orange, everybody. And you're going to say to yourself, holy cats, that is way too orange. All right, make sure you say holy cats, okay? You're like, that needs to be less orange. So what do we add to make it less orange? We add blue. Oh, I love that song. I love that song, Amy Jo. Holy cats! So we're like, that's too orange. We're going to add blue to make it less orange. Suddenly we're less orange. And then you're going to say, holy cats, that's too dark. And you're going to think to yourself, okay, well, we know this is an orange and this mixes like a purple. So we're going to try and lighten this up by adding yellow. Okay? You're going to say, holy cats. Holy cats! It's still not light enough, but it also seems too yellow. And since titanium white mixes like a purple, we could add just pure titanium white to neutralize some of the yellow. So then we can put some on there, and we can see that we're already pretty close. We're already pretty close. I think we need to add a touch more white. I think it needs to be a little bit brighter. Let's do this. Put this in the garbage pile. And uh-oh, we might have added too much white. My cats are full of holes. Right? So we put that on there, and now we see that it might be a little... It's kind of actually... It's close. But you can see that it's still a little too white. You can see it better there, right? And now we need to darken it. So we're going to add a touch of burnt umber. Maybe a smidge more. It is back and forth. When you're color matching, this is what you have to do. All right, so then we went too far. Right? Let's just make sure. Went too far. We need to brighten it up again. But it's not too yellow. So we're going to add some yellow and some white again. Oh, shit. And you just check. Oh no, still too dark. And we're going to add yellow and white together because they neutralize each other to a certain extent of the law.
Oh my.
And now we might be getting too desaturated. Exactly, the law. You might think to yourself that it's not red enough anymore. Right? Is it too green? We got to be very careful with this red. Son of a bitch! Maddie. But this is why mixing neutrals is hard, everybody. That might have been too much red. This is why mixing neutrals is hard. Right? Now we're too dark again. might have been too much yellow. And you just go back and forth until you hit it. Until you get a match. Alright, until we get a really close match. Oh, shit. There's one, like, right here. Yeah, buff white though is not a white; it's more of a yellow. I actually have it in pigment form, right? I don't know if you guys can see it because we matched it pretty well. But we're damn close. You might say that we could use even like a little bit more. Hard to say. Alright, let's go to one that's a little bit more easy to see, I guess. Alright, we're going to throw this one out. We are learning today. This is all this stream is going to be, everybody. Alright, let's clean that off. So let's pick out another one. Too bad, Jack. You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. All right, let's go with one that's more, I guess, greenish.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed!
Oh, thank you, Jan. Samote. Thank you so much. All right, let's cut off another one. Good. Good, great, grand. Maddie, give me a number 1 through 6. Well, thank you, Jan. Give me a number 1 through 6. Maddie. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. You did this. You did this, Maddie. Okay. All right. Let's see. Good. All right. What's... Maddie, what color is this? What color is this? But do not say gray. Give me one of the 6 colors. 6 main colors. Maddie. Son of a bitch. What color is this? Blue. Okay, good. We're gonna start off with blue, because that's what color we think it is. Okay. And you're gonna say to yourself, "Holy cats! Is that too dark?" All right. So everybody in your head say, "Holy cats!" All right. So we're gonna add some white to match the value. So So we're just going to add white until we get a close enough value. Okay. Now. Good, Josh. Good. All right. So now. To me, this looks like it's too blue, everybody. Does this look too blue to everybody else? To me, this looks like it's too blue relative to this. You could say it out loud too, Amy Jo. To me, this looks like too blue. So, Amy Jo, if it's too blue, what color should we add to it? If this is too blue, what color should we add? In this case, it is too much blue. Umber, we could add umber. But remember, umber will darken it. We don't want to darken it, right? So what color, though, what color, not pigment name, what color should we add if it's too blue? It rhymes with orange. Okay, good. Find these correct. Orange. Right, because this is too blue. The umber will neutralize it, but it will darken it, and we don't want to darken it, right? So in this case, we're just going to add some red, and we're going to add some yellow to add orange. Okay. Okay. Now, Mudworks. Mudworks, if you're there. Does this look too orange? Does it look too blue? Does it look too yellow? Does it look too purple? Does it look too green relative to the swatch? Is Mud still there? Jan, you're correct. It looks too orange. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yep, too orange or too red. Good. So, like Jan's saying, if it looks too orange, we're going to add some blue. We're going to do it step by step. Jan, we're not going to combine steps yet, right? So we're going to add some blue. Let's also do, let's remove some of it. All right, so let's add, that might have been too much blue, we'll see. We'll add some blue. Okay. What does it still look too much like? It still probably looks like too much orange, right? So we'll add blue, we'll add more blue. Okay. Now we're getting to a stage where we're saying, hey, it's getting too dark now. It's getting too dark. Right? So now we add some white. Because we can also say to ourselves this also looks too much yellow. It's too dark and too yellow. Titanium white mixed like a bluish purple, which will help neutralize some of that yellow in there. That's going to be a lot. Okay. Now let's compare on the thing itself. Okay, so this is what we got on the swatch when we painted the swatch. So then we say to ourselves, you know what? It does still look a little too dark. Right? Looks a little too dark. Looking like a snack. God damn it, Amy Jo. Why can't I find like a palette knife that I feel is good for this? For this. Why are none feeling good to me? Sorry, I'm just trying to find a proper palette knife for showing y'all and doing what I want. Let's go back to the small one. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to add a little bit more white again. Alright, and now we'll double check. We're really close, everybody. We're really close. I did forget to say holy cats. All right, so I think we need a smidge of yellow. So let's move some of this. A smidge. A pubic hair's worth of what yellow. Oh. God damn it. Focus. This is the one on the top here. Maybe even a touch more yellow. How long is a pube? Not long. Water pop. Pretty damn close. If I were to say anything, I'd add a touch more white again. But you see, it's just back and forth. Maybe even a little bit more. See, blends in. You can see the shadows of the paint. See how close we are. I did not. That is what paint mixing is, Jan. It is going in circles. You got to realize it's not like it's just magic and you hit it perfectly. But this is why we train. When I talk about seeing color, this is why seeing color is important. It's to help see those finite differences. It is like dancing, Omizu. Alright, let's go with, alright, let's go to a saturated, desaturated one. So these ones we probably can't hit up to here. Oh, we probably can't hit up to here on this purple. And the blue-greens we're going to have problems with, so let's do a saturated one. I want to demonstrate how we can hit basically like yellow ochre colors as well. So water pop number 1 through 5. Number 1 through 5. Water pop. All right, Josh Knox, number 1 through 5. Four. All right, so we're gonna match this one. Okay. All right, so this is orange, right? Hi, Batty. Welcome in. Welcome in, Batty. All right, so what do we always do? What is the color name? Hi, Amelia. This is Adventure Orange. Adventure Orange from the Sherwin-Williams catalog. So we're mixing Adventure Orange. All right. Good, Jan. Good. All right, so when we're mixing an orange, we start off with orange, which is a combination of red and yellow. Good, we have an orange. All right, Emilia. This is too dark. Should we add yellow or white to brighten this up? I would say both. Why? Because titanium white mixes like a blue purple. This is more orange than that orange. More orange. So we need to desaturate some of this orange, right? So we're going to add a combo of yellow and white. Maybe a scooch more. Okay. Good answer, Emilia. Good answer. Okay, so now let's revisit. It's still too dark. But it also looks too red to me. Good, Emilia, good. So we're just going to try adding yellow now. We might have desaturated enough, and we'll revisit the saturation once we get the values correct. Okay. So now we could check. And you can see we're still too dark. We're still too dark. Right? We're still too dark. But I think the saturation, I mean, it's still too saturated. But I also think it needs to be desaturated slightly. So now we're going to add a little bit more white to it. Okay. So now you see where we're at. It's this one right here. We're pretty damn close. But we also seem probably a bit like a smidge too green. So we're going to add a little bit of red to it. Findy! Thank you. We're going to add a little bit more red. We got to be careful with this red. Remember, just a pubes amount of red. See, now we went too dark. Now we, with that little amount of red, right? You see how much that red changed it? And now let's just, we need to brighten it up a little bit. So let's add a small amount, but we don't need to bring it to a different color. We're going to add a little bit of yellow and white. Here, I got to wipe this off. Until you basically... Very hard to see, right? Close enough? Close enough, unless you're in the light reflection. You can see the paint there. That was a pube and a half. Damn salt. There we go. See how easy this process is? Y'all see how easy this is? Only 5 colors. 5 colors. Goddamn all. Next color. We're gonna do this until
Help! I'm being repressed!
until you're all bored of this and hate me. Let's do a green. All right. Emilia, you still there? Emilia, you still there? Or Batty? Batty, give me a number 1 through 6. 1 through 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. This color is melange green. Melange green. All right. Batty, what color is this? Don't mean this to sound condescending. What color is this? I am a melange. You're a goddamn liar, Jan Schultz. Green? Yep. I went from the other side, Sweet Bee. All right, so to make green, we mix. Oh, not. I don't want that red in there yet. Okay. So we mix a green by mixing blue and yellow. All right. Good. We have a green. All right. Sweet Bee. This seems too dark. Should I add white or yellow or both? I do like the word melange. Both? You think both? Now, remember that white is a bluish purple. Okay? Good. I think mud is on the I think mud is more correct here. Okay? What is purple's complementary color? Yep. Titanium white mixes like a bluish purple. Purple's complementary is yellow. Well, so what that means is that titanium white will desaturate yellow. And this seems like a very strong yellow to me. So at this stage, I might just use yellow to brighten this up before we desaturate it too much. So we're going to add some yellow. We're just going to add yellow to it. So just yellow for now. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you're incorrect yet, but we're talking about the process here, right? So we're going to add yellow to brighten it up. Good. Okay. So now let's take a look at it. Let's see how light or dark it is. Okay, you can see we're too dark. And we might now be too yellow. We might now be too yellow. Now I think it needs white, right? Yeah, good. But you see how we can let that decision happen naturally, right? So now let's add some white to it. Now, I do know from experience that greens are very sensitive to white. And you're going to see how much this changes the color. And we're going to overshoot it a touch, just okay. So now, let's revisit. So you see now how we desaturated. Now it's not enough yellow, right? Too blue. I'd agree, there's too much blue. So we would need a little bit more yellow and maybe a smidge of red. Because it's too blue. But let's start off with just yellow for now. Let's start off with just yellow. Fuck it. We'll add a smidge of red as well. We'll add a smidge of red. Not a lot. Remember, this red is a son of a bitch. Okay. Now, let's revisit. Okay. Now you see we're too dark. And we're too red. I am, DM. I am. See if we hold them right next to each other, right? So, I think we're at the stage where we could add a mixture of yellow and white. Now let's re-see. Hold on. There are warm white. The only warm white is lead white. All right. We're going to add a smidge of blue. A smidge of blue and a smidge of white. Gotta be careful with this. There we go. It's that center one. That center mark. Maybe a touch more yellow. And a touch more white. There we go. It's the one covering the name. See that? One covering the name. And we're there, basically. Close enough. Good? Well, exactly. So that's why titanium white is the bane of a lot of newer painters' lives. Okay? This is why I talk my shit about titanium white, because you could just say, oh, white's the only thing that will make it brighter, when in reality, yellow does. And you have to treat all paints as colors. You know how some people like to say black and white are not colors? In oil paints, they are colors. They change your color. They will change the hue. They won't just change saturation. They will change the hue of your color. Okay? Let's do another one. Capiche. Let's do... These ones will be tough. Okay, here we go. This one should be doable. Salt. Not really, Mr. Salt, because lead white is darker. And titanium white is, like, theoretically it is more neutral, yes. I shouldn't say that it's not. But there's more at work there. But yeah, some people do use a white that is a mixture of the two. I think Rublev offers a paint that is a combination of both. All right, so Salt, give me a number 1 through 4. This palette struggles with purples and blue-greens. 3. This palette struggles with blue-greens, and we could show you that. But see, those are blue-greens and purples are something you don't really see in nature. That's why this palette works out for realism and representational painting very well. Okay? All right. Salt, what color is this? Red, good. Start off with red. All right, we got red, and you're like, holy cats! That is so much more red. That is so much more red. What do we add to make it less red? Batty, what do we add? What do we add to make it less red? No, it's all right, Water Pop. You're free to throw in your suggestions. I'm trying to quiz specific people as well, though. Batty. What do we add to make it less red? Green? All right, Salt answered it. Correct. We add green. Okay? So, for this palette, green is a mixture of ultramarine blue and yellow. We'll add more green because that red is so strong. Okay. Now you might be saying to yourself is, we're way too dark. We're way too dark. So what should we add? Holy cats! Should we add yellow or white? Baddie, should we add yellow or white to make this brighter? Oh, why are there so many holes in these cats? Oh my god! This is terrifying! Should we add yellow or white, Baddie, to make this brighter? Who would do such a thing? White, good. Right? Because this is clearly too yellow, right? We know that this is a purplish blue, so we know we'll not only neutralize some of the yellow in this, we'll make it brighter. So let's add some white. That was a lot of white, but that's okay. We overshot. That's how strong that white is. Okay. But you see now how it went from like an orangish yellow to now it looks like a pale purple, right? You see how like how much this white changes the color. I want you all to like see that. See it. See the holy cats. And see how much the white just changes color. Do you see? All right. Now, and actually I didn't add too much white. Good, Oxford. Now, is this more red, more green, more blue, more yellow, more purple? Is the swatch more red? Everybody? Wink. Is it more red than our paint? Don't you condescend to me. Yep, so we're going to add red. Violet sky. We're going to add a smidge. We're going to add 3 to 4 pubes worth of red.
With your dinghy.
But this red is super strong. Good. We didn't... Maybe another pubes worth. Not some of this incidental yellow. See, now I might have put too much red. We'll see. Okay. Now we're too dark again. Pew painting with badly. Indeed. We're too dark. But I want to ask you, I want everybody to think. Think! Damn it. Is this now too purple? Is there too much blue in this, I should say? Or too purple? I'd say too purple. Is there too much purple in this? Yep, so then we'd add yellow. Okay. Now we might be too much yellow and we're too dark. So let's add white, because that's purple and it'll get rid of the yellow and it will brighten it up. Oh my god, we're getting close. So now let's look at it on here. So you could see we're not red enough, I think. We're not red enough. It's easier to see from down here. We're not red enough. So what we're going to do is, and it's still a little bit too yellow, I would say. So we're going to add a smidge of red. What we're going to do is we're going to do this off to the side. And we're going to add a smidge of white and red mixed together. Maybe more than that. Probably too much. So now you see we're too bright. Right? We overshot it. We just go back and forth. Till we get something that's pretty close. There you go. That one right there. Can't really see it because it matches well. You could, Josh, but that's ask. I mean, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to demonstrate like hitting him on the first try as well. You just got to mix less at a time, Maddie. You got to mix less at a time. You just got to control yourself. No, I use my brush when I mix for paintings. It's just in this application, using the palette knife is a lot easier. But you see how none of these colors, I mean, all these colors are muddy and they're not? Just because you're mixing like a color does not instantly make your colors muddy. I try and get away from that term. Okay. So let's what's another good one to do? We did a pretty neutral gray, we did a green, we did a purple, we did an orange. All right, let's actually do let's take a quick break from that and let's well, actually I'll show you how I might do one on the fly. Let's do one of those first. Okay. So, we're going to go back to a yellow. We're going to play a guessing game. Not a guessing game. Wrong word for this. I'm going to like... So instead of going back and forth, you can learn to skip some of these steps. Well, no. So it's about, Josh, is understanding what you're seeing and what you need to mix, right? So I see this as a desaturated yellow, right? I see this as a desaturated yellow. So I'm going to start off if I'm doing an initial mix with like my brush, I'm going to start off with yellow, white, a smidge of burnt umber. Okay, that's what I would start off with when mixing this color. Okay. And you can see my white was too strong. Right? So we're going to add more yellow. To get it more yellow. I can see it's too yellow. We're going to add a bit of red. When you see me going back and forth with little smidges of paint when I'm painting, this is what I'm thinking, okay? And I'm still seeing it. And now I think we need more yellow again. So what I learned is my white was too strong for the amount I added. Right? for the initial combo. And I probably didn't need to start off with Burnt Umber. Let's remove some of this because I'm mixing too much. See? When I'm going quick, you just get used to the process. If you think about it every time, if you think about what you need to add more of and you follow these steps, you can mix colors like this very quickly. You see, that took like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Do you see? If you practice this, if you actively practice this methodology with mixing colors, right? You'll be able to do this very quickly. But it has to be a conscious effort to practice it while you're painting. All right, so now let's talk about some other factors on the palette. So, or why do we choose certain colors on the palette? Sweepy, unfortunately, the answer is not satisfying. It's by practice. It's by constantly seeing them, doing your repetitions, and seeing how they vary. So now, though, I wanted to get on a topic of recognizing warm and cool with a very simple demonstration. If I could find the goddamn paints that I want. Not you. There we go. All right, so I'm bringing out... Okay, so I'm bringing out Phthalo Blue. And I should bring out some Impasto like this for the Phthalo. All right, I'm bringing out Phthalo Blue. I'm bringing out Quinacridone Magenta, and I'm bringing out my Bismuth Vanadate Yellow Medium, okay? So we're going to put these off to this side. Him. We're going to bring out some Phthalo Blue. We're going to mix in some Impasto Medium and Phthalo Blue because it's just so strong. It's very difficult to mix when it's heavily pigmented. So let's mix this in. Okay. So here are some tips and tricks to recognize if a color is warm or cool. You ready? This is going to blow your goddamn minds. Oh, we got ads. Oh yeah, we should bring out lead white for this. I could find it. So we're also bringing out lead white. We're also bringing out lead white, everybody. Okay. So, 20 seconds-ish. So how's everybody doing? Do you try the veal? I'll be here all week. Adding red and yellow. Adding a decent amount of red. A neutral red. Or adding cad red light. Adding a color like an orange. An orange. You can you can mix a color similar to burnt umber with ivory black and cad red light. And maybe a smidge of yellow. Okay. So, first off. How do we tell if a color is warm or cold, or warmer or cooler? Okay? So let's do a direct comparison first. It is not it is not with oil paints. It is not with oil paints, Findy. Okay. So this is lemon yellow. This is bismuth vanadate yellow, medium. Okay? So now, when we're talking about what is warmer or colder, I spread that out a little bit too much, I think. Okay. Which one? Think of the primary colors. Just think of yellow, red, and blue. Okay? Which one of these has more red in it? These are both bismuth vanadate yellow lemon. Call this lemon and call this just yellow. Lemon and I don't know. They're both bismuth. So which one of these two is the warmer? The medium one, thank you. Call this one medium, call this one lemon, okay? Yeah, just yellow. All right, this has more red in it, right? Because we can see it comparatively to one without. So you could say this one is closer to blue. Now, if we're talking about the primaries, and this one's closer to red. If we're talking about primaries, closer to red means warmer, generally. And closer to blue means colder. With yellow being the in-between, right? So, when we talk about blues, though, right? How do we determine what blue is cold and what blue is warm? Okay? So let's look at ultramarine blue. Okay? Looks pretty cold to me, everybody, right? But is it? And now we have phthalo blue. Do these look the same or different? Beyond, like, you know, you don't have to, like, this is not a gotcha. What do you honestly feel? Do these colors look very similar? Does one look more cool or warm to you? But Jan, warm blues do exist, right? Warm and cold blues do exist, right? Right? A warm blue would have red in it, and a cold blue would have yellow. It feels colder? Good. Now, it feels colder, but, you know, I do know you have some history with this discussion, right? It is. Ultramarine is warmer. But how can we test this to make sure? No worry, big rigs. No worry. We're going to do more color mixing. The VOD will be up too, so. How do we test? What's a good way to test it? Just ask the color? No. Well, we know that we have a cold/neutral yellow, right? Not with its complementary. Let's add a color to see of saturated neutral color to see the resultant, right? This is exceptionally good with testing blues to see which one is colder and warmer. So what we're going to do is we're going to add lemon yellow. We're going to add lemon... Who's calling me? We're going to add lemon yellow to see which one makes a better green, right? Because if the better green means it was more blue, or it had more, the blue itself had more yellow in it, right? So let's add lemon yellow to both and see the greens that we make, okay? So this is the ultramarine blue green that we can make, okay? That's the ultramarine blue green, okay? I'm going to try and get them at a similar value. Okay. What looks more green to you? What looks more green to you, everybody? The phthalo blue mixed with lemon yellow or the ultramarine blue mixed with yellow? Hey, I'm not so sure which one it is, everybody. Do we see which one makes a better green? Looks cool. This is ultramarine. This is ultramarine blue. Right. Which one is a stronger, more saturated green? Let's say saturation. Correct, Big Rigs. Phthalo is cooler. It has yellow in it to begin with, and therefore makes a stronger green with a neutral yellow. Ultramarine blue has red in it. Correct, Mud. We're seeing, because since ultramarine blue has red in it, it desaturates the yellow, because essentially ultramarine blue is close to purple. Right, it looks browner, because the yellow got desaturated from the red in ultramarine blue. This is a way we can test. You can test by seeing the physical evidence of the colors. So now, let's test out lead white and titanium white. Mud, what color would be a good one to test out with lead white and titanium white to see which one's colder and warmer? Correct. Good. Good. So we're going to start off with a little bit of red. We're going to just add a smidge. Okay. So when we talk about, we might look at titanium white and lead white right next to each other. And you'd be like, holy cats, why would you use two different whites? They look the same to me. Do these look the same to everybody? They look the same to me, don't they? They look very similar to me. Do these look different to people? Nope, right? Okay. So just for your comparison, this is lead white. This is titanium white, okay? Oh, God, that got mixed with something. Never mind. That little pile I was trying to save. Okay, so we're going to mix it with, oh, there's green in there. Fuck. Trying to make clean colors here, everybody. Let's just do this. So let's mix the red. I'm trying, bud. Let's mix red with titanium white and lead white and see what happens. Okay? So this is Pyrrole red. This is Pyrrole red with titanium white is what you're seeing right here, okay? Okay? You see that? It's got like a cold pink. Now let's see what happens when we mix lead white in. It's hard for you to see on this camera. Damn it. It's really hard for you to see on this camera. I guess you can see it. You're welcome, Jack. Do you see how this one looks more orange? Yep, it looks more orange. This one looks more pink. We should probably add more... Well, Big Rigs, it's not dull. It's because titanium white is a blue. Lead white is an orange. Let's add a little bit more red to each of them. It's not because it dulls it. They both dull the color. We're going to bring it... I made them too bright, I think. It's because lead white is an orange and titanium white is a blue-purple. I'm trying to get these at a similar value. Close. There you go. Is that easier to see? It's Sweepy. It looks soft because of the camera. Lead white is a lot warmer. It's because of the camera. This is essentially an orange. This is a pink. They're much better on your screen? Okay. There is yellow in this. There is no yellow in this. Titanium mixes like a bluish purple. Lead white is a lot warmer. Lead white mixes like an orange. It mixes like an orange. So let's actually... You know what? Here's a better comparison, everybody. Check that. We're going to mix an orange. Here's a better way to do this. I'm learning, everybody, about presentations. We're learning about presentations here, okay? We're going to mix an orange. We should have used this yellow. It's fine. This will be much more obvious. Okay, we got an orange, right? Looks pretty orange to me. Should have done this with orange from the to begin with. Okay. Right? We have an orange. Let's add titanium white to 1. Okay. Let's add lead white to another one. Okay, which one looks more orange? Which one looks more orange to you? Correct. I should have just realized, right? Titanium white's a blue. It will desaturate oranges. Lead white is an orange. Yeah, it makes a huge difference, Mud. Should have thought of that from the beginning. Red is easy to see in person, not on camera. Right? This is why we use lead white. Because it is a different color than titanium white. Not because we're trying to kill ourselves. Okay? Well, lead white, just treat lead white as orange. As a white orange. Treat titanium white as a blue. Damn it, Mud, we don't like the taste. Okay. Now, next test. Here's a test you can do for the warmth of reds. Alright, so let's take out our Pyrrole Red. Let's take out Quinacridone Magenta. Okay. I know this is a very big difference of colors. Quinmag, right? But let's say you had reds that are closer. Or let's say we had Alizarin Crimson and Quinacridone Magenta, right? You could do the same yellow test on these and see which one makes a better orange. Okay? Which one makes a better orange is a test you can do with reds to see how they their warmth and cool. Right? This one seems a lot more orange to me. Now we're going to talk about another weird... This has to do with subtractive methods of color. Okay, we're not going to go too depth in the reds because that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay? And there's more visual differences. We're going to go into one weird issue with reds in subtractive palettes. Okay? We have a warm blue, right? We previously discovered ultramarine blue was a warm blue, right? And we have a neutral red. We have a neutral red with Pyrrole Red. This should mix a pretty good purple, right? Hey, everybody, this should make a pretty good purple. And the answer is no. This makes a terrible purple. This has to do with subtractive color. And lighting and light refraction with subtractive color. So in paint, this is actually not a primary red. Well, it's just if it's a purple, it should mix well with titanium white, right? And you see we get like this muddy kind of Mars crimson. Yep. This is a specific... Yeah, Big Rig. So, this is why if you want to add purple to your painting palette, you must use a cold red. You must use a cold red. Because now, if we were to take Quinacridone Magenta, right? Quinacridone Magenta and Ultramarine Blue. We're just going to use Ultramarine Blue here. We suddenly get a very vibrant purple. And we do the same titanium white test, and we get a beautiful purple. All right, we could add more magenta in it. Yep. That was quinacridone magenta. There is no neutral white, Sweepy. There is no paint color that is neutral white. Zinc is the closest, but you shouldn't use zinc. For paint, that is. This does not apply to watercolor. Okay? Now, let's do another little test, though. With warm and cold blues. Right? The other end of the spectrum you can test with blues. Right? We have our warm blue. And quinacridone magenta. And let's use our cold blue. Phthalo blue. And quinacridone magenta. And we'll see which one makes a cleaner purple. Well, I didn't add enough magenta to that. Damn, Phthalo blue, you strong, yo. But you can see the purples are a little bit less vibrant. It's not as big of a difference as you think. And part of this has to do with me not adding enough magenta. Not as big of a difference, but this is a way to deduce warm and cold as well. You can do that. But Big Rigs, that's because it's a mixture. It's a mixture. It's not a pure pigment. There is no pure pigment neutral. You could mix lead white with titanium white. They will neutralize each other if you want to do that way. But if you understand, if you understand what the colors are, then buying pre-mixed stuff is pointless. I'll repeat that. If you understand that lead white is warm and titanium white is cold, then there's no point to buying something that mixes them together. Because you understand the color and you know how to use it. You cannot make quinacridone magenta with just primary colors. But I mean, but see, Big Rigs, it also loses you time because there is advantages to having a saturated titanium white, and there's advantages to having a saturated lead white. Right? Because you could make that thing in 10 seconds. Right? But I could never, with that premix, I could never make a really bright warm orange or a really cold light blue. But what I'm trying to also instill in you here is there are ways to check your colors through mixing to understand what your colors are. You can't, not in paint mixing. Not in paint mixing. So once again, I'm showing you all these tests that I've essentially personally done to help me understand my colors, right? So once again, to check if a blue is cold or warm, we have another test for it, because blues are difficult with this, right? And the other test is, let's just add white. Let's add titanium white. Titanium white, right, is a blue purple. Right? Now, which one looks more purple to you? Simple things with just understanding things that you can do to check your colors. Yep. This looks more purple. This looks more green. This clearly has yellow in it. But understand what you're seeing, right? And how that affects how you use the color in the future. Okay. Is there any other color I really want to go over with this type of stuff? All right, any questions on colors on the palette from anybody before we go back to mixing? Anyone? Do you take into account that some might have certain color blindnesses when doing these kind of mixing streams? This is my first one, Amizu, and I can't. I like, that's something I can't possibly account for. Because one, I can't understand what it's like to have that. And unfortunately, it's a situation where it's going to be more difficult for them, or they won't be able to comprehend the color. Is just the reality of it, right? I mean, because I don't know how to tell a person with color blindness or specific color blindness how to mix a certain color. I couldn't possibly comprehend that. And we got ads. All right, let's pick out a new swatch, huh? Big Rigs. Give me a number 1 through 5. If you're there. Three? Okay. 3 it is. It's worrying about everything, Oxford. Alright, so 3 is this one. Okay. Alright, Big Rigs. This is not meant to be condescending to you, but what color is this? Quest for uniqueness. We're only going to use these 5, by the way. We're only using these 5 colors for this. Desaturated green? Good. Yep. So we're going to start off with just making a green. Once again, I'm gonna go back to explaining fully, and we're gonna do the whole back and forth. Too much blue. Alright, so we're gonna start off by just making a green with our blue and yellow. Let's start off with a little bit more yellow than this. Okay. Okay, we have a green. Omizu. Is this too green? Which one is more green? Not meant to be condescending. I'm only using these 5 colors. So I'm using burnt umber. The bottom is less green, right? Yeah, back to the warm. So burnt umber, ultramarine blue, pyrrole red, bismuth vanadate yellow, lemon, titanium white. All right. The bottom is less green. So to desaturate green, we add red. We're going to add a little bit of our red. Okay? To make it less green. Okay, good. Sweet Bee. Son of a bitch! Sweet Bee, this is too dark, right? Should we add yellow or white? Should we add yellow or white? You think yellow? Okay, we'll add yellow. And white. All right, so we'll... All right, so we added yellow and white. Okay. Now, Sweet Bee. Is this... What... When you compare these two... What's a good way to describe the difference between these two? Color-wise. Just use the colors. What's a good way to describe the difference of these two? But just use blue, red, yellow, purple, green, orange. In terms of those colors. Don't use warmer or colder. More reddish. So one's green and the other one looks more brown. Okay. Now I'm thinking. So brown is orange, remember? So don't use the color brown. Remove brown from your dictionary. Talk about it in the 6 colors. Right. Needs blue. Good. So we're going to add some blue. Good. Good. Okay. Now, this one's too dark again, right? This one's too dark. Should we add white or yellow? Now think, yes, all right, good. So now think, you want to think to yourself, is this too yellow? Right? Or is it too blue? We overshot it. We added too much white, everybody. Pretty sure we added too much white, but that's okay. Because this is about going back and forth. This will help you understand. Okay. Uh-oh, everybody. I made it too bright. I made it too bright. I made it too bright. Should I add burnt umber or ultramarine blue to make it darker? It is a bit too happy. Should I add burnt umber or ultramarine blue or both to make it darker? Umber? Okay, we can add umber. Ooh, we got a fight. Let's try adding a little bit of both. Yeah. Let's try adding a little bit of both. Remember, these are complementary to each other. Then a little bit more. Because now we essentially just added some black to this. Okay. All right, let's tidy up. Okay. Values are pretty close. Values are pretty close. All right. Is it your favorite color? All right, Amy Jo. Does this look more yellow, more orange, more blue, more green, more purple, more red than this? What color should we add to make these colors more similar? Or what's the difference between them? Just using colors as a descriptor. Hi, Fat Bob. Add yellow. So you're saying this one looks more yellow, correct? The swatch looks more yellow. So it looks more green to you, not just yellow. Pick one, Amy Jo. We're going with your suggestion. Do we need to add more yellow or do we need to add more green? Shooby-doo bop bop bop. Skee bop. I do have green to add, Amy Jo. I have a blue and a yellow. Of course I can add green. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. It's okay, Amy Jo. This is why I'm asking you. So should I add more green or yellow, Amy Jo? I'm letting you decide. I'm letting you decide. All right, so just yellow? Cool. Yellow it is. Add mint.
These are a few of my
favorite things. Amy Jo, you might have been closer than you think. So, I might have added too much yellow personally, but okay. So now, Amy Jo, is this more blue, more green, more purple, more red, more orange? It's more blue? Okay. So we should add a little bit of blue? Teeny tiny? Okay. Teeny tiny. A pubes amount of ultramarine blue. Okay. Uh-oh. We got too dark again, everybody. We got too dark again. Amy Jo, would you add white, yellow, or both? Big Rigs, don't worry, you're up next. All right, we'll just add white. And just another pubes worth.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Oh my god! Pretty close. It's that one by... Right, oh. One right by the name. You see that one? There we go. Pretty close. Probably needs a little bit more yellow and whites. We're gonna... Personally, I would add a smidge more yellow. Pretty darn close, though. And there we go. There's this... I'm trying to catch the light. It's this one on the end here. See that? You little genius. See? And like that, everybody, you can mix color. I think so, Big Rigs. Touched, yeah, it's just kind of close enough. We could get there perfect if we wanted to. But it's just, you know, if you're getting this close on your color mixing, you're fine. If you're getting that close when you're mixing colors, you are fine. Yeah, it would take about like 5 more minutes. But what I'm trying to instill in all of you is how to mix. This is everything that I'm doing here, or everything you see me doing, is what I'm doing in my head when I'm mixing, everybody. When you see me take little bits and bobs of paint and mix it into something and then put it on there, this is the mental math I'm doing. Okay? Okay? Green. You have to practice it. Okay? So just say the word okay. Sherwin-Williams, Big Rig. Sherwin-Williams. $13. Okay. You can do it. It's all up to us. Okay. We should be able to hit all of these. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Batty, or no, Big Rigs. Big Rigs, this is your turn to mix. You ready to do one from start to finish, Big Rigs, with me? Good, Josh. You know what, actually, Josh? Josh, you want to do one? Do you want to do one from start to finish? Practice? All right. Josh, 1 through 8. I'm not going to tell you what side I start from. 1 through 8. 5. This one. Now this is a color that we should be able to make. But it's going to be close. That's okay. No worries, Big Rigs. Okay. All right, Josh. What color is this? It's random, Sweet Pea. It's what I feel like doing. I can alter the results as I see fit. All right, what color is this, Josh? You can do it. It's all up to us. Okay. Green, blue? Okay, so we're going to start with the green. Probably heavier on the blue side. We'll just start with the green. Heavier blue. Okay. Josh, this is looking way too dark to me. Josh, this is looking way too dark to me. Don't listen to the man. Should I add white or yellow to this? Josh, should I add white? All right, good, white. I would have done the same. Okay, Josh. You can see how the little yellow we added got destroyed. All right, Josh. Is the swatch more green, more blue, more white? Sorry, is it more green, blue, yellow, red, orange, or purple? What is this more than our color? So, are you saying it's too purple? I mean, are you saying it's... Sorry, are you saying it's more... Are you saying it's more yellow? It's more green. Okay, so are you saying it's more green or more yellow? Pick one. It's more green. Okay. Or is that what you want to go with? More green? Well, no. But see, that's where you're mistaken. If it's more green, we have to add more green. We don't just add more yellow. If it's more green, we add more green. If it's more yellow, we just add more yellow. You see how there's a difference? So I'll ask you again. Is it more green or is it more yellow? So you're just gonna say it's so are you saying it's just more yellow? See, I'm trying to help you think of it in just terms of color. Hi, Ibis. Welcome in. So are you gonna say it's just more yellow? Don't account for values right now. We could adjust the values when the time comes. Hi, Ancient Ibis. Okay. Well, Josh, this is how, in my opinion, this is how you need to think about colors, right? If it's more green, you add green. If it's more yellow, you add yellow. You don't need to think about the values for now. When you're doing this step. I added too much yellow, I think. Okay, Josh. So we added just yellow. Have a good one, DM. All right, Josh. Is the swatch more blue, green, purple, red, yellow, or orange? Okay. It's more blue? Okay. So we'll add blue. All right. Maybe a smidge more. Okay. All right. Josh, we need to make it brighter. We need to make it brighter. Should we add yellow or white? Well, let's not worry about that now, Josh. We need to make it brighter. Okay? We need to make it brighter. We only have two ways to make it brighter. We could add yellow or we could add white. Now remember, titanium white is bluish purple. But which one would you add from this point? White. Okay. I would have used white too. Because what would purple do? What does purple do is it also desaturates yellow. Let's go a little bit farther. Even more. So let's see what we got now. Okay, so we got this on there. Okay. I think I can water pop. I can. Here. The swatch is slightly more blue. Okay. It's more blue, you think? Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So we can do this. We're going to combine a step. Because we know the titanium ultramarine blue is going to darken it. And then we're going to add a smidge of white as well. Combining the step. And we still might be a smidge dark. So we'll add a touch more white. Still not adding enough white, I think. There we go. Good. So one over here. And we got there, everybody. Success! Hi, Marianne. I'm doing well. Success, everybody. And if you just do this and watch every second of every one of my streams and buy my paintings for $3 million, you can paint just as badly as I do. More importantly about buying the paintings for $3 million. All right, let's do another color. Who wants to go through it? I'm doing if I didn't answer Marion, I'm doing well. Who wants the mix of color from start to finish? Fat Bob, you do? Okay. Fat Bob, you answered first. Okay. All right, Fat Bob, give me a number 1 through 7. You'll go through me. 6. We're gonna go a challenging one. Okay. The link is in the description, Big Rigs, if you wanted to go to Twitch. No, I picked the more challenging one. All right, Fat Bob, what color is this? Fat Bob, what color is this? If you just had to... Nope, that's not a color. Tell me it in terms of orange, blue, green, yellow, red, purple. You think it's green? Okay, we'll start with green. All right, so for greens, we're going to start off with blue and yellow. Okay, we have a green. Heavier on the yellow side. All right, Fat Bob. Is this color more red, more purple, more blue, more yellow, more green, more orange? You think it's more yellow? Okay. White's not... Only speak in terms of the 6. So you think this is more yellow? Correct. Only speak within terms of the 6 colors. It's all right, Fat Bob. This is why we're doing it. So is this more... What is this more than the other one in terms of colors? Yeah, yellow? Okay, so we're going to add more yellow. Okay, Fat Bob. Nope, we're only using these 5, Omizu, for these demonstrations. All right, is this more red? Is this more blue, green, orange, yellow, or purple? Well, so Fat Bob, what I want you to think about, right, is this is more... How about this? Think of it the opposite way. Think of it the opposite way. Is the color we mixed more green, more blue, more red, more purple, or yellow. Let's just do the opposite way then. Okay? It's more green. Okay. How do we make something less green? How do we make something less green? Well, good. We add red. We add the complementary of the color we are trying to desaturate. So we add red. Right? Green and red are complementary. Yellow and purple are complementary. Blue and orange are complementary. So we're going to add red. See, we could have said this is more green or this is more red. Why I was asking you to identify it on the swatch is to help you see the color. To help you understand what color you are seeing versus the color you're mixing. So we're going to add red. Okay, we added red. All right. We're a bit too dark now. We're a bit too dark. Should we add yellow or should we add white? Use the tiniest amount. That red is so strong. I don't know, Batty. This is Fat Bob. Now, well, we need to make it brighter, Fat Bob. The only way we can make it brighter at this point, because we're not asking color difference here. We're asking it's too dark now. So, to make it brighter, should we add white or yellow? Okay. We'll add white. Now, white mixes like a bluish purple. Titanium white does. But we're going to add white until we basically hit the same value. There was a little bit of yellow in that, but that's okay. These things happen. Okay. Now, Fat Bob. Is our color more red, more orange, more yellow, more blue, more purple, or more green? Match the limit. Hi, I don't want to participate. I was wondering if is it possible to make the other yellow you have match the other yellow you have? Yes. Are you talking about... So I cannot use this yellow to make this yellow. I can use this yellow to make a damn close version of this yellow. It's more red? Okay, so what do we add? What do we add when we want to make it less red? A little bit of green. Correct. It's the reason why I have two different yellows like this, pure stuff, is because they are unique. These colors that I have out here cannot be mixed from each other, and you just gave me an idea for my next demonstration after this swatch. All right, so we're going to add a bit of green using a bit of a smidge of ultramarine blue. If you want to stay on, I can show you how to we'll have a color matching a demonstration like that. Okay, so we added a touch of green, maybe a little bit more. Okay, let's revisit. Seems like we got a little too dark now, right? Should I add white or yellow to this to make it brighter? All right. That just sounds cruel, Mizu. All right, so we'll add white until we get to the value we want. May have overshot it slightly. Okay. We need to make it a smidge darker. We need to make it a smidge darker. Should I add blue or burnt umber to make it darker? They would not stop, no. Burnt umber is brown, dark orange. So burnt umber, ultramarine blue. Probably burnt umber, okay. And a very small amount. Okay. Two yellow, two orange. It's either two yellow or two orange. Which one? I'll sometimes mix with something I already have. But that will go into the next concept we talk about. The paint is too orange. Okay, so we should add blue, right? But we also know that blue will make it darker, so we should probably add a little bit of white to it as well, right? Okay. Let's give it an old check. Looks like we're still too dark. Bit of white and we're there. I don't know. I don't think we're there yet. Are we... Now, what is the swatch more of? It's close. I think we need a little bit of orange. I think we need a smidge of orange. Yeah, a smidge of red and iota yellow. We're pretty close. I'm going to finish this with just a little bit more white. We are very close. Just a smidge more white after that. Oh, fuck. There we go. I'll show you. Bottom here. See that? Close. All right. So now I want to talk about fun stuff. Are you or pure stuff? Are you still here? Thank you. Pure stuff. Are you still here? Good. All right, so we're going to go back. I talked about this earlier about colors that we choose to put on our palette. And I'm going to explain to you why I don't include colors like yellow ochre, burnt sienna, raw umber. Why I don't include these colors on my palette. And the only reason I put a color on my palette is because it is unique. It adds something unique to my palette. Burnt umber, very dark, and more saturated. Okay, so I can make darker, saturated, warm colors. Ultramarine blue, good mixing blue, slightly warmer and dark. Right? I can't mix this red. I can't mix this ultramarine blue from my other colors. I can't mix this yellow. Can't mix this white. With these additional colors that I use, I can come close to this yellow, but I can't hit this yellow. Can definitely not hit quinacridone magenta. Couldn't hit phthalo blue. Couldn't hit lead white. They offer me something unique in any direction. So when you add a desaturated color to your palette, you are adding what I call a redundant color to your palette. So, prime example. A lot of people use yellow ochre. Okay? The only reason I own this yellow ochre is because I occasionally use the Zorn palette. You cannot get close to this red with quinacridone magenta. It's not even here. I could even just demonstrate it to you right now. This red is one of the most saturated reds you'll ever get. About as close as I'll come. Saturated means it's more of the color or less of the color. So when we say a saturated red, can you envision a red more saturated than this? That's more red than this? Edging, got it. Could you... But we could imagine a red that's less saturated, which is less red, by just adding green to it. Right? This is a less saturated
playing with your
red.
dinghy.
You see? Saturation. I will not stop playing with it. Okay. So we have this yellow ochre here, right? You say, holy cats! Holy cats! Why don't I use yellow ochre? It's such a lovely color. I really like yellow ochre, right? I'll say, holy cats, you should use yellow ochre. And I will say it's pointless to use on my palette. Right? Because I have yellow, I have red, I have burnt umber, maybe a smidge more red. Look at that guess, everybody. Holy cats. Almost first try, everybody. Almost first try. Almost first try. Burnt umber is a unique darkness. I do, Mr. Salt. Jesus Christ! So this is why we don't need colors like burnt sienna, raw sienna, yellow ochre, red ochre, Venetian red. Colors like this, because they do not provide anything unique to your palette. Okay.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
You all are coming hard at me. All right. What was the other thing I wanted to? It is just extra paint and therefore useless. Yeah, but if you understand how to mix Sweepy, then it's not needed, right? Oh my God, Amy Jo. Well, but see, here's the thing. Like, you could say it saves you time saving time for mixing, but all of painting is mixing. You cannot go into a painting not expecting to mix colors. So you should equip yourself with the tools and the freedom to mix whatever color you want, right? And not rely on pre-mixing. You get what I'm saying? Give yourself the toolbox, the skill set to mix these colors for yourself. Use better paint to get there, right? And the whole world will open to you as far as what colors you can do. And it will take away your anxiety from using up a color you mixed. How many times have you heard about people who are full of anxiety because they mix the color and they're not confident they can mix it again? Lemon yellow this lemon is made from a metal called bismuth. It always will, Amy Jo. Well, yeah. I mean, it's what it's about. I almost never paint with any of these colors straight from the tube. They're always mixed with something. All right. Let's do another one. Bismuth is dope. Okay. I did not know that. If you are painting representationally, Batty, I'm talking if you're just painting stuff with the colors you see in nature, these 5 are 99% of the time what you need, okay? You see me use a larger palette because I use Cobalt Teal, I use Viridian, I use Bismuth Vanadate Yellow Medium, and Quinacridone Magenta, and Lead White, because I want extremes because I'm painting expressively and impressionistically. Those allow me to hit purples and greens and light, like, reds that I can't hit otherwise, and dark blue-greens. One color I don't really use anymore is black because it's just such a rarity that it's needed. Like, I haven't needed a true black in a long time without really, like, pushing something one direction purposefully. Let's get down to bismuth. All right, let's do another swatch. Who wants the mix a swatch? Was it Amy Jo?
Tonight.
Jesus. Maddie, you want to go? Okay. Maddie gets to go. To defeat the Hun, did they send me daughters when I asked for some? You're the saddest bunch I've ever met. Okay. Okay. No, I was not a fiddler. All right. Oh, you're talking about Amy Jo. Okay, Maddie. Give me a number 1 through 8. Maddie, give me a number 1 through 8. You're not going to see the colors beforehand. I don't want you to cheat. 7. All right. Maddie, what color is this? What color is this? Orange. Okay. We'll start off with orange. All right, Maddie. Our orange seems too dark. Our orange seems too dark. Should we add white or yellow? White? Okay. We're going to add white until we have a similar or same value. You're the saddest bunch I've ever met, but you can bet before we're through. Okay, Maddie. Is ours to red, to yellow, to orange, to purple, to blue, to green? Talking about ours. To red, okay. What should we add? What should we add to make it less red? Okay, glad some green. What color is brown, Jane? The much brown hill. Touch of brown. Well, Maddie said green, so we're going to add a touch of green. I think I added too much green, but it's okay. Because we'll just repeat. Hi, Jane. How are you doing today? Okay, Maddie. Maddie, are we too dark? Are we too light? Too orange now? Okay. So what should we add then? Slightly too dark? Okay, so let's get the value right first. Should I add yellow or white? Should I add yellow or white? Remember, if you said too orange, remember what titanium white. Yep. Titanium white mixes like a blue purple. Okay, so let's check. Pretty close. We are pretty dang close. Oh, sorry. Pretty close. Maybe even... I think I would finish this with like a touch more white and a touch more red. So let's do that. Let's just add just a touch more red to an area and a smidge more white. There we go. Just maybe even a little bit more white. See, I covered up the words. Could probably even use a little bit more white, but the lighting fucks with this a lot in my shadows that I'm creating. But we're pretty close. Good job, Maddie. Good job. Who wants to do another one? Who thinks that they could face the challenge? Who thinks? Could be a pain in the butt, Big Rigs. Who dares face the paint mixing challenge? I try to think, but nothing happens. One of my favorite Three Stooges lines. Amy Jo, you want to go? Wait, can you guys believe I mixed up? Oh, wait, never mind. Who wants the mix one? Who wants the mix one? Now that you know how to. It is such a classic line, Gunner. By the way, Gunner, sorry, I wasn't able to ship your package today. I woke up late and I had a bunch of shit to do right when I woke up. So I'm going to have to ship it on Monday. Sweet Pea, you want it? All right, Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea's doing this one. But you can bet before we're through, Mister, I'll make a man out of you. All right, 1 through 6. Sweet Pea, 1 through 6. Thanks, Gunner. One. Mister, I'll make a man out of you. All right, Sweet Pea. What color is this? What color is it? I'm never gonna catch my breath. Hope he doesn't see right through me. Yellow? All right, we'll start off with yellow. All right. Ours looks a bit darker. Should we add more yellow or white? Should we add more yellow or white? Okay, we'll add white. Oh god, that's a good one. All right. You know, I hate this little fucker when it comes to this. I don't know what. I felt like this might do better, but it's not. All right. Is ours... It's actually pretty close already. I may have overshot it a smidge. Sweet Pea, I'll give you another one. This one was turned out to be easy. And there's, you know what? We can match this better. All right. Is ours more yellow? Blue, green, red, orange, purple. Pick a green or purple. You pick. You pick. What should I add? Frankly, ours is a little bit less blue. So to finish this off, I would actually add... I'll show you what I mean. I'll add a smidge of blue and a smidge more white. And I added too much, it turns out, so I gotta add more yellow and white. It's too blue, so we need to add a touch of orange. I overshot it with the blue, so now we need to go back with the orange. But that's if. Yeah, that's close. Yep. You needed a little bit of blue in there, but that's fine. But then I had to do a whole reach around to fix it. Because I had too much blue. All right. It still didn't show up today, Maddie? Fuckers. You think I should on tinting strength? I mean, tinting strength is just the pigment's ability to, like, how strong of a pigment it is. So, for example, if I were to mix the same amount of red with the same amount of burnt umber, the red will generally overpower... I think I used more burnt umber, actually. The red will be more... will be stronger within the mix. Notorious... I use a lot of strong tinting pigments, though. I use a lot of strong tinting pigments across my palette. My weakest tinting color that I use are Viridian and Ultramarine Blue and Burnt Umber. Those are generally not that strong. Phthalo Blue, when I use it, is extremely strong. Quinacridone Magenta is extremely strong. Titanium White's extremely strong. And Pyrrole Red is extremely strong. Actually, Lead White's the weakest tinting paint on my palette. Lead White is. Well, that, you know, it does come with experience, but yes. I mean, but see, big rigs, the reason why I don't want to go too heavy into this is because it also varies by paint brand. It varies by how much filler is in the paints. So that will vary between colors, between brands. Cad Yellow Light from Winsor & Newton is not the same as Cad Yellow Light from Williamsburg, tinting strength. So it's not just a function of the pigment. It's a function of the brands. It's a pretty big difference between brands, big rigs. A pretty big difference between brands, in my experience. Because there are brands that don't use fillers. All right. Who wants a mix? Yep, the VOD's going to be on YouTube. That is correct. I might edit it down as well. I might edit the video too in order to release it where it's just like just the mixing parts and like other lectures. All right, does anyone else want to do one? Sweet Pea, do you want to do another one? Sweet Pea, do you want to do another one since you got an easy one? All right, Sweet Pea. I'll let you know. You can pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can pick one of these 5. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Okay. Where? Oh, there. I'm never gonna catch my man. Hope he doesn't see right through me. All right. What is this color? What is your favorite color? Okay. We shall make a purple. So this is a color we might have to use quinacridone magenta to hit, but we'll see. All right, Sweet Pea. This looks a little dark to me. This looks a little dark to me. Should we add titanium white or yellow? This just looks a smidge too dark. No. We're not using magenta unless we have to. We are not using magenta unless we have to. White. Holy cats! Okay, we'll add some white. There's a yellow on that one, right? All right, Sweet Pea.
What the fuck is that?
We need to add a little bit more white to that too. Pretty close. Okay, Sweet Pea. We're still a little bit dark, but are we too... Let's just add a little bit more white again. We want to match the value, so... When we change the value, we want to hit the value. Yeah, I mean... Alright, Sweet Pea. Are we more... yellow, green, red, orange, purple, blue? Okay. So we should add more orange. So we should add some orange. Let's keep that over there. That was too much. Alright, we'll add that much to start off with. Maybe a little less. Okay, Sweet Bee. Are we too dark? We might be a little too dark. Yeah. We're off a little bit. Yeah, we went a little bit too warm and it got a little bit darker. So let's get the value up again, right? So should we add white or yellow to make it brighter? Let's start off with a white, right? Because remember, adding white is like adding blue, Sweet Bee. Pure Tough, thank you for the follow. Okay. All right, now we made it a little too bright. Oh, let's remix. We might not have made it that too bright. Okay, still too bright. We need to make it darker. You were talking about adding blue. So let's add a little blue. Okay. Value is pretty good, but now it looks like we're too blue. Right? So what would we add when it's too blue? Well, thanks, Pure Tough. Red, orange. Yep, so we'll add a heavier orangish red. So we'll use this. We'll use a heavier orange red than we did before. This is why I'm like I said that there is a possibility we can't make this color exactly. Partly why I offered it as an It is close. We got too dark. I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. Nope, we're not going to use lead white. But we might be seeing a fringe example. Because if I were to use a quinacridone right now, we could hit this immediately. way too dark. Sorry, we got really close, and now I want to just... Oh, yeah, we got it. Okay. Yeah, we got it right there. Ooh. Right there. That one's very... This is the edge of the limit with purples. All right. That is a tough color. All right. We're going to do one more, and I'm just going to... Well, we'll do one more, and I'm just going to do it quickly. Well, or we'll do a couple, right? Thought exercises of just mixing a color immediately. Okay? This is something you can do to practice colors just by mixing them. Seeing a color and then mixing it, right? Is try to just recognize it from seeing it. Try to recognize it and see it and mix it, right? So this is the end goal, is just being able to see a color. We've done a lot. We've done like 15. It is not because of how light interacts with reds in a subtractive, you will not be able to mix this with any of these like cad reds, cad red lights, or ultramarine blues. You cannot hit this color. Just like you can't hit this color. It is a unique color. All right, so I'm gonna demonstrate this, okay? How I would approach mixing this right off the bat with these 5, okay? I see a desaturated dark yellow. I see a desaturated dark yellow, okay? So I'm gonna start off with yellow, okay? Brown to make it darker. And slightly desaturate it. That will be too much brown, I think. We'll see. And I'm going to use white and a smidge of blue. And a smidge of blue to get this color. I see almost no red in it. The red is coming from the burnt umber. So we'll see what we get. I think I undershot the yellow. Maybe? No? Right? Pretty close. Not there completely. Right? A little bit heavy on the yellow. So, and we need to darken it slightly and desaturate it slightly. So I'm going to use burnt umber. Burnt umber pretty much gets us there. Nope. I need more white. Still more white and yellow. Now we got, now we need a smidge of Brown and a smidge of red. Good. Right? So you can practice this on your own, everybody. You could buy swatches. You could buy swatches and practice this exact process yourself. Another thing you could do if you don't want to go get swatches is go up, bring your palette outside, mix the colors of stuff that you see, and then go color match them like on a piece of paper. Bring them up to the thing that you're trying to... Let's say you're trying to match a leaf that you see. Mix something on paper, mix it, paint it on there, go to the tree and see how well you see it. You get what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying, dog? Good, Fat Bob. Good. Here. I would start with yellow, blue, smidge of burnt umber, smidge of white is how I'd approach this one. Maybe a little bit more yellow. Okay. Right? Because we can think about how these mix now, right? We have an idea of how these mix together because of what we've been doing. And you see that it's not exact, but we can get pretty damn close. We can get pretty damn close with just putting into practice those steps and envisioning how those mix together now. Pretty close. Maybe a little bit too saturated, but we're close. All right? We can get pretty close. All right, we're going to talk about one last thing. Okay? I'm going to pure... the VOD's going to be on YouTube, and I was planning on making a formal YouTube video, but I might just edit this down as like a as the YouTube video itself, but it will be up there immediately after this for reference. Okay. The last thing I want to discuss is mixing with colors that are not like pure colors. Put out a smidge, please. Thank you. So that's cobalt teal. Don't put out a lot of viridian, please. Expensive. All right, I'm adding cobalt teal, viridian. And we're going to add Pyrrole Scarlet. Pyrrole Scarlet. Okay. So, when you mix colors, Virginian. All right, when you mix colors, I'm going to try and give you a good view. That's viridian. That's cobalt teal. This is Pyrrole Scarlet. Okay? When you mix colors, that are more than like singular colors, right? So this yellow is basically only yellow. This red is only red. The blue is blue, but it has a slight amount of red, right? Burnt umber is orange, right? When you mix these, don't eat the goddamn paints. When you mix these, you need to actively think about what colors are in these when you mix them, right? So, for example, Viridian is mainly blue, but it has some yellow in it. Cobalt Teal is blue and yellow. Pyrrole Scarlet is orange, or you can think of it as a red with yellow. It's sometimes more beneficial to think of them in just the straight primaries, the blue, red, yellow primaries, instead of the cold primaries, or not the cold primaries, the purple, green, orange, right? It's almost more efficient to say Viridian is blue with yellow, and teal is, Cobalt Teal is blue with yellow, and Pyrrole Scarlet is red with yellow. Okay, because they will mix with on how those components interact. So, for example, right, if I mix pure yellow into any of these, right, I think that now it's blue and yellow mixing with yellow. It's blue and yellow mixing with yellow. It's orange and yellow mixing with yellow, right? And you'll see that with how they mix, right? Break down the subcomponents of the color to see what you get. Right? Think of them simple. Think of it very simply. Right? Quinacridone magenta is red with blue. Is red with blue. Right? So when we add yellow, a pure yellow to it, the red and yellow will mix, but then the blue will desaturate the resultant orange. So we get a desaturated orange that is much less saturated than Pyrrole Scarlet, right? Because there was blue in this, right? Does this make sense conceptually? Try and break down the colors that you're mixing into their components, and it will help you understand your resultant colors and their saturation levels, right? So I know if I want to make the strongest bright orange that I can make, I have to use this Pyrrole Scarlet and yellow alone, right? Because magenta has blue in it, and it's going to desaturate that orange, right? But I also know that this yellow, right? This yellow, right? Let's talk about with the yellows. Compared to lemon yellow, this yellow has more red in it. This yellow has more red in it. So maybe instead of using lemon yellow, which has no red in it, I use my yellow that has red in it to double down on that opacity, like not the opacity, but the strength of the color combinations, giving me a more vibrant natural orange. It's just the IRS. I've been hiding from them for years. Okay? So with color mixing, it's always valuable to understand. This is why I say seeing color is super important. You have to see the components of your color. Because it will massively affect your saturation. Or the saturation you want to achieve. This was Badley's TED Talk. Let's do one more. trying to hit it on the spot. Well, good. I'm glad you enjoy it. This is why I love painting, though. Like, this is like, I love painting because of how much technicality there is. This is a super paint, seeing color, mixing color is not simple. Thank you, Omizu. So we'll try and do one more off the, we'll try a darker color. Try hitting one more. Not that one, actually. This one. Okay. We'll wait for ads. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So I see a green. No, you don't, Batty. Mix them as you need them. You don't need to pre-mix. Well, it's part of it is just making sure you have a space that it's easy to set up Pure Stuff. Make it as easy as possible for you to start painting. I really appreciate that, Amizu, and the support. That's super kind of you. I'm glad you are you're enjoying your time here. All right, so this is a green. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try and hit this color with without having to do additional steps. Right. So we got a green. It's desaturated. So we're gonna add some white to it. We're gonna add some burnt umber. But I think we need less burnt umber than that. I think more blue than that. Maybe a smidge more white. This is my guess. This is my guess, everybody. Let's see. We're close. We're a little bit too green. We're pretty close, though. I mean, it's you know, not bad for a first try. Oh, awesome, Amy Jo. Is that one hell of a parlor trick, Celestia? It's off. It's a little bit too green. But these are things you can practice. It is fun, though, hitting them on the first try. I think I was at 345 when I started today, Omizu. Yeah, I needed to bring down the green a little bit, but you know, this is just another way to practice. They are fun. It is fun doing it this way. Here, let's go with this one. Okay. Oh my God! Refresh, Omizu. Refresh. All right, so this one, right? I see red. This one's gonna be tougher to hit because the red is so is kind of unwieldy. I see white. Maybe more white than that. I see blue. I see violet sky. Maybe more white. Little yellow. Smidge more red. All right, we're gonna go with that. Okay. So the red was a little bit too strong. It's not dark enough.
What the fuck is that?
But you can see we're pretty close. Yeah, this needed a little bit more raw umber. But we're not that far off. And actually, we actually needed more blue and red too. We got too dark. There we go. Pretty darn close. Yes. Well, to darken it, Celestia, to darken it. Which will mute it because it desaturates it slightly as well. Let's do... Here, I'll go up. I've got some paint on it. Okay. All right, we got an orange. All right, so we're going to start off with red and yellow. We're going to do a smidge of white. Smidge of blue. Smidge of burnt umber. Maybe a little bit less of those. A little bit more red. And a little bit more yellow. Okay, we'll go with that. Well, thank you, Jan. Hi, King of What's Left. Ooh, I was pretty off on this one, everybody. I was pretty off on this one. Bad effort. Needs way more yellow. More red. I undershot the red and yellow a bit.
Fool this man!
Ooh. Stuff on the underside. I did not see this color well. More red. I'll be too dark now. I desaturated it too much. That was from Half Baked, Jan. That boost from Half Baked. Red is tough for this palette because it's so strong that you could easily overpower your mixes, so I was too careful there. I ain't Half Baked. Yep, that's all it takes, Pure Tough, is just once you understand how to do it, put it into practice. And, right? And then it becomes a lot easier. You're all ass. Alright. This will probably be the last one, everybody. More blue. Take away some of that. This is what I think. I think this will come close. We'll see.
Shame!
Shame! Too dark. Way too dark. I needed a lot more white. But as you do it, now I think I'm too red. Yep. So we're going to add a touch of blue. Touch of yellow. Nope, still not there yet. Touch of white. Touch of yellow. Close enough. You use it to darken pure stuff, but I also use it to desaturate. I use burnt umber to neutralize blue, to darken, and to desaturate other colors sometimes while keeping it warm. Hi, Tanner M. Welcome in, bud. I'm sorry, King. So I hope everybody learned how to mix colors. The video of this stream will be up on YouTube. Okay, everybody? This video will be up on YouTube if you need reference. If you have questions, feel free to ask me in my Discord. Okay? But write down the names of those colors. Good, Amy Jo. Okay, smart-ass Mr. Salt. That would take... God, that would probably take 8 to 10 hours of Mizu. But if you practice this, if you practice this, if you consciously think about this while you're painting and mixing, you will get better and it will become instinctual for you. Where you'll see a color, you'll know what's in it, you'll have the idea and the plan of how to get there, and it will go very fast. I implore you to not pre-mix your paints, but to mix them as you need them, so you practice. Yeah, I probably will, Amy Jo. Problem is my aspect ratio does not fit those right now. Okay, so the only way you get better at this is practicing. Only way. Every time you paint, think about this. Or else. Or else I'll send my goons. Nope, this is not an earth tone palette. Pure stuff. This is, you can see the name of the colors. So once again, we have titanium white, bismuth vanadate yellow lemon, which is the same as cadmium yellow lemon color-wise. We have pyrrole red, which is the same as cadmium red. We have ultramarine blue. And we have burnt umber. Okay. With those 5, we were able to do every single one of the swatches. With those 5, we were able to do... God damn it! I'm just waiting for water pop 1 second. Jan, one reason why I use bismuth yellows over cadmiums is because they were cheaper. Yellows are generally your priciest. Yellows are generally your priciest colors. I'm just that entrancing, Amy Jo. I thought you did fight me earlier, though. Maybe not. The best prices on pre-made tube paint that I have found... You got first, that's true. The best prices I have found on tube paint is from Jerry's Artorama. Jerry's Artorama. 150 milliliters of bismuth vanadate yellow from Williamsburg was $107, $108 for 150 milliliters. But a cadmium yellow light or cadmium yellow lemon, I think, was like 130 for 150 milliliters. Williamsburg carries this color. I am not aware of another company that makes bismuth yellow as a standard color. Thanks, Marianne. I think it's almost exactly like Cad Red. Big rigs. Because quinacridone red, I believe, is also transparent. But I haven't seen quinacridone red, but I have seen Cad Red. To me, Pyrrole Red is extremely close to Cad Red. But I don't have it in front of me. So, Titanium White, every brand carries this. Cad Yellow Lemon, every brand gets this. But son of a bitch! Do not get, this is out of experience, do not cheap out on your yellow. Do not cheap out on your yellow. It is yellow. The most important color in this palette is yellow. This is the most basic palette for representational painting, pure stuff. There is no empirical best. Because we could do this all with a CMYK. Like, I could replace the red with quinacridone magenta and the blue with cobalt teal. Or replace the blue with phthalo blue. Right? And we can get similar results. Oh, really, Fat Bob? Fat Bob, I'm probably going to take you up on that. I can't pay you, though. You might be. You might be. But do we have any more questions before I clean up? I guess it does work for vertical, doesn't it? Well, I'm used to my paintings, everybody. Because it's delicious, Mr. Salt. No, but we can. Jesus Christ, Amy Jo. For anyone who didn't catch this at the beginning of the stream, you may be asking, there is no black on this palette. There is. Right? Because Burnt Umber and Ultramarine Blue are complementary. Orange and blue will mix into a black. See this, everybody? We got a black. It is that simple, sweetie. Correct. Lemon yellow is the most versatile pure tough because it is a pure yellow. It doesn't have red. It doesn't have blue.
What the fuck is
So
that?
if you just need to add yellow or brighten stuff up, lemon yellow is the best yellow. Not yet. It's just tough just because editing takes a long time. I've made a video and it's just one of those things is I want to paint, so I don't want to spend 30 hours a week making videos. And it will dig into my painting time.
Stop whining.
So I need to my passion is painting. It's not making YouTube videos. So that's a thing, right? I want to Above all else, I want to keep on painting. Thank you, Omizu. I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, I mean, I've used OpenShot and the Windows one for some video editing. Well, good peer stuff. I hope you've had a wonderful. I hope you had a wonderful time. It sounds like you have. If you want to join the Discord, do !Discord. If you have any questions on any of this, please ask me questions. I'm not paywalling shit. If you have questions, please just ask me. I'm happy to help. I do not believe in hiding this stuff between or hiding this information for money. Am I going to D? D-E-E? What's D? You motherfucker. Good night, Marianne. So, yeah, God damn it! So, yeah, and as long as I stream, and I'm not like, my intention is not to build up people who like I teach painting to. I'd rather just people ask me questions and I answer them. So I don't have any intention or plans of like starting a Patreon or any of that horse shit. I just want to paint, and I'll answer any questions you have. So you choose between Malort or Ipsum. What shot are you taking? Malort. I'm from Chicago, Waterpop. I stream every time I paint because it makes no difference in my process, King. So every time I've painted for the last year and a half, I've streamed it, or a little bit over a year. I'm just trying to paint. So, all right, let's clean up.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Absolutely not. Bye, y'all. Torient Gray? Oh, I don't, what's it? I intentionally don't stain my canvases, Big Rigs. I intentionally leave my canvases white. It is not Waterpop. I try to avoid painting with paint that is drying, Amy Jo. So yes, it would last a day or two, and be okay. But the paint was messy. I'd rather just start anew.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Absolutely not. That will never be a redeem, Mr. Salt. I assure you. I assure you that will never be a redeem. I'd give up my soul first. Well, I still gotta wipe the D, everybody. About tree fitting. Yeah, Mud's saving up for my soul. My soul is dirt cheap, Batty.
Tonight.
I assure you, you won't find a better value and cheaper
Quit
soul on
playing
the
with your
market than
dinghy.
mine. This is glass. This is glass, Ruby Trillions. What if... A lot of pubes down there. Okay. Time to wipe the D. We're going to do it live on stream, everybody. It can't be a stream without wiping the D live. We'll see, Amy Jo. That's interesting, Big Rigs. Well, it gives you insight at least, right? Where's the soft porn music? It's coming, Omizu. It's coming. Don't worry. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this on stream. Oh, my God. Oh, God, I should be banned. All right, good. Done wiping the D. Such a messy boy. That made it so much worse. Oh, my God, I've never done this before. I've been a bad boy.
Oh my.
So brave. And if you like that, check out my Oily Fans. Yeah, and that's fine as long as it's the same same concept. Big Rigs. Water pump. Idea. The D cam is on the Oily Fans. Yep. Well, all the camera angles in the Oily Fans are upwards, right? All the weird angles coming up above. I mean, from down below to up. All right. We should raid somebody, eh? I wouldn't call him artistic, Amy Jo. I'd call him disgusting. They're just awful. Gratuitous. Both, Omizu. Have a good one, Pure Tough. Exactly. All right. Let's raid somebody. Now, who should we raid? Dr. Diggity Dank is playing a game. Yes, Amy Jo, yes. Amaranth? I don't follow Amaranth. Oh shit, we got ads. I don't know Smiley Sloth. Should I meet them? Should we go there, Amy Jo? Yeah. I mean, that is true, Mr. Salt. Well, good, Sweepy. I don't think I want to raid Amaranth. I'd rather raid somebody who seems like a good place to raid, huh? All right, we're gonna raid Smiley Sloth, everybody. I'd rather raid somebody who could use some viewers. So yeah. Alright, we're starting, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope everybody had a wonderful time. Once again, if you have any additional questions, ask me on Discord. The video of this stream is going to be up on YouTube immediately, and then I'm going to edit it down into a more formal video. You're still so close. What do you mean? No, I can't. I'm not streaming tomorrow, and I'm probably not streaming Monday. Tomorrow I have to work and do some things. You know. Too bad. It's gonna have to wait, Amy Jo. Aww. I apologize, but I have a busy day tomorrow. It's this thing. I haven't told you guys that much about it, but it's like a statistics company that I'm getting trained in. But it's not like full-time work, and it doesn't pay much. But I'm doing it for possibilities. Oh. So yeah. Anywho. Greenbag, I'll see you in hell. Thank you so much, everybody. Amy Jo, Sweepy, Mr. Salt, Mud, Batty, Pickles, Omizu, Big Rigs, Marianne. See ya!